How's it going, everybody? My name's Nick Elo, and we are back with a Cold War Alpha video courtesy of RB Slash. Without her, we wouldn't have been able to get this gameplay. So I would really appreciate if you guys go and give her a follow, and while you're at it, toss a follow to RB Uprising and the Goat Squadron, because without Slash, I wouldn't have been able to show you guys this gameplay and make a video on it. So please go show her some support and the rest of the RB Uprising crew. First off, I wanted to start by talking about the snipers that were offered in the alpha. The Pellington and the Tundra. Both these snipers looked really well in the alpha. I saw many clips hit on Twitter with both the sniper rifles. I think more towards the end of the alpha, people were starting to favor the Tundra a little bit more, even though it was kind of slower. It sounded like that it had a little bit more damage to it, so people were swaying more towards the Tundra than the Pellington. But of course, these aren't our final products of the snipers. Tony came out on Twitter and basically confirmed that these snipers were buffed from the YouTubers alpha, and they're going to probably nerf some things on the two sniper rifles moving towards the beta. Now, I mean, that doesn't mean that we could have totally ruined sniper rifles. They could nerf little things like movement speed, maybe a little bit of ADS speed, round rechambering. Like, there's quite a few things they could nerf on it that wouldn't ruin the sniper rifles, and they could still be some great weapons to use while we're in the game. And going back to what I said about the snipers looking good, I think everything in this game has very good quality to it. Everything looks amazing. The textures are beautiful. The game looks like it would play very well on like a 144 hertz monitor. Obviously, there were some issues with people's PS4s, and it kind of felt clunky. And we do have to keep in mind that this is an alpha build of the game, so things are going to be a little bit clunky or kind of weird as in comparison, because this is probably the first time ever that we've had a chance to play an alpha build of a Call of Duty. We usually just get betas and then move into the full release. So this was a great opportunity for PlayStation players to really get their hands on a really rough draft, I would say, of Call of Duty. And I just wanted to touch base on the red guns a little bit in the game. They seem to be somewhat balanced, although obviously without playing the game, I can't be 100% on this. But from what it sounded like, people were saying the guns were semi-balanced. Maybe one or two guns here were a little overpowered, kind of like the AK-74U, maybe the Uzi. But I think there's some really good potential for some different class setups and different loadout opportunities in the full release of the game. But bringing it back to the sniping side of things, I think the clip opportunity in this game is massive. I mean, we've already seen so many good clips on Twitter of just people hitting triples, triple heads, quads, 5-ons, a 6-on, like just endless clip opportunity. And I can't wait to see the uniqueness that people have this year, especially with the knack coming back. Obviously, insta-swapping might be a little bit more difficult because I don't think anybody's really figured out if you can insta-swap in this game yet. I know while I was listening to this game, Slash had the audio of her friends, and her friends were saying that they couldn't insta-swap, but who knows, maybe in the beta or in the full release, we'll be able to get an insta-swap in there somewhere. And the last thing I want to talk about today is just skill-based matchmaking as a whole. Now, on Twitter, there's obviously been a big controversy like skill-based matchmaking is terrible, skill-based matchmaking is great. Well, my personal opinion is that skill-based matchmaking, to this extent that it's at right now in Modern Warfare and by the looks of it in Cold War, I'm really not all for it. I know a developer came out on Twitter and discussed that, hey, well, skill-based matchmaking was in all of these other games, and it's no different than in this game. Maybe there's some tweaking and tuning that has to be done to it, but it's not like a light switch where they can just turn it off and then something else takes its place, which I completely understand. I bet it's very difficult to create a matchmaking system. It's definitely not something that they could probably do in a day, a week, or maybe even a month, because I'm not a professional and I don't know these things. But I do know that the community is very upset with how skill-based matchmaking works. I mean, it's not even just the little people, it's people that are verified, people that have been playing Call of Duty since before I even got into content creation, people that are pros in the game. One example I want to pull is just Scump on Twitter, basically saying that he even thinks that skill-based matchmaking is a little too strong in Cold War. And I mean, most people agree with Scump at this point. I mean, he's a professional gamer. He's a professional Call of Duty player. He's been playing competitive Call of Duty for a long time. He's extremely credible. Like, he's a very good resource for these types of things. And even other YouTubers that have been around a long time, like Exclusive Ace, have spoken their opinion on skill-based matchmaking and said that they're not a fan of skill-based matchmaking. And all these sources coming together, like, is just kind of putting more evidence and more proof on the community that's against skill-based matchmaking to say, like, hey, you know, we're not really a big fan of skill-based matchmaking anymore. There needs to be some sort of solution, or it needs to be turned down. So it's like the old games, if they weren't lying about there being skill-based matchmaking in the old games. But that's all I want to talk about. I can make a whole video on skill-based matchmaking, but obviously we've heard enough of it in the community. I don't want to ramble on forever. I appreciate you guys hanging out, and once again, I appreciate RB/ with giving us this gameplay. Make sure you go give her a follow, go check her out. Leave a comment down below. What do you guys think of Cold War? If you were able to play Cold War, what if there's some things I need to know? Like I said, I wasn't able to play Cold War because PC gang, but other than that, give RB/ a follow. Head over to RB Uprising, drop them a follow, and go to follow the Goat Squadron. I mean, they're literally called the Goat Squadron. Anyway, guys, love you guys. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!